please welcome Julia Wu.
Every meeting, everyone is looking forward to these two core sessions, prepare speech session and evaluation session. Matilda, which one is more important? Which one?
Both are important.
Okay. Michael, which one is more important to you?
No, I think they're both important because just to have the speeches without the evaluation.
Oh my
sort of
God.
pointless.
You are thinking the same as our founder, Dr. Smackley. He felt that they are equally important. For the prepared speech sessions, it is more about personal growth, whereas the evaluation session is to help others in event or club to be more successful, which is my purpose tonight, to help Legacy to be more successful. So I'm going to tell you first, what are the benefits? And especially, okay, this is especially for the individual evaluators. So first, I'm going to tell you what are the benefits and who get the benefits. Second, I'm going to show you how to evaluate in 4 steps. So after my speech tonight, you'll be able to adopt what I told you to your future evaluation to help our members and our club to be more successful. Before we start, I would like to clarify what is evaluate and what is motivate. Evaluate, by definition, is to determine the worth, the importance, and effectiveness of something. To evaluate is to give a reason or incentive to do something. To do what? In Toastmaster, and then there's an interesting carrot and stick theory about motivation. In Toastmasters, we don't feed our members carrots, and we don't even hit our precious members. We give them toast. Because we're Toastmasters, we give them a lot of toast, sometimes with jam and butter.
Is that a joke?
Yes.
Counter, please.
So the content and the tone of the evaluation have a great impact on our speaker and even on our club. A harsh evaluation may cause our members walk away right away. But an overly nice evaluation may not help our members to grow. So good evaluators strive to find the balance to give good evaluations that is helpful and encouraging. There are many benefits of having a good evaluator. So what are the benefits and who get benefits? Of course, our speakers harvest the major benefits. I remember when I just joined Toastmasters, I feel so great that I can get the feedback right after intermission. And they always told me what to improve, how to improve with examples, so I always feel confident to do next speech. After years of experience, I felt I learned even more serving as an evaluator, because I was sharpening my listening, thinking, and delivering skills, mostly on the thinking part. Because of the way I was brought up by my parents and this education system, I was used to listening to the orders and executing the orders. I tended to not to have my own opinion, not to have my own voice. But serving as an evaluator, it forced me and trained myself to think and to comment on things. Overall, evaluators are increasing their both prepared speech and even impromptu speech skills. So only the speaker and evaluators got the benefits. Actually, all of you benefit from hearing the evaluation. You could apply the lessons from the evaluation for both your evaluation and prepared speech in the future. So now you know what are the benefits and who got the benefits. Next, I'm going to tell you how to evaluate to motivate in 4 steps. Before the speech, during the evaluation, and after the evaluation. Step 1, before the speech. Tonight, we have evaluators. Julia, He, Chris, Brian, Tim, and Vera, please stand up.
And language evaluator.
Sorry, sorry, next time. So have you got the manual from the speaker? Raise your hand. Okay. Have you read the project and the evaluation guide? Raise your hand. Have you read the project? Oh, okay. Have you talked with the speaker? Raise your hand. Or contacting, talk.
2 years ago.
Okay. Thank you. Please sit down. Our speakers spend hours, even weeks, for preparing a project. They deserve the best evaluation, right? Fair enough? As evaluators, we don't need to spend hours for preparation, but we will need at least 15 minutes to do the following. Get the manual from the speaker right before the speech, and then read the project and the evaluation guide. Every project has different purpose and different objectives. For CC manuals, evaluators are familiar with that because they have done that before. To read the project again, it is helpful to rethink and review the project. But for the advanced project, evaluators probably haven't done that before, huh? So we need to read the project to relate all our evaluation around that specific objectives. If we don't read the project, we may unfairly criticize them. Lastly, talk with the speaker. This is an important yet sometimes neglected one. The evaluation will be most helpful if we know the speaker's personal goals. Take my mentee, Shirley, for example. She would like to enhance her delivering skills, like body language. If we know this beforehand, we could specifically address this in our evaluation. Even though this is not part of her objectives, we can help her to achieve her personal goals. Step 2, during the speech. Evaluators are very, very busy during speaker speech. So I can imagine Brian, my evaluator, he's now listening to me carefully, watching me closely, thinking critically, and nervously taking notes, all together at the same time.
Yeah.
Very busy, huh?
I know.
At the beginning of my evaluation career, I was at a loss about what to do, like what to focus and what should I write. After years of experience and Zhao Huang's evaluation workshop 2 years ago, I'm giving you an evaluation template that will make your evaluation work much easier. There are 2 parts to focus: what the speaker said and how the speaker said. This is like a bone of the speech. Does the speaker have a clear structure, OBC, opening, body, and conclusion? For the content, is it logic, with examples and personal stories? How the speaker use the time? And this is like the blood of the speech. Does the speaker have a good command of English? How's the body language from head to toe? How's the voice projection? And is it effective? So if you have this template, this will save you a lot of time about what to focus and how to focus. So you just need to click for the areas that the speaker did well, and just put the X for the future improvements. Most importantly, you need to tell them constructive suggestions how to improve. Step 3, during the evaluation, you only have 2 to 3 minutes. And this is your mini speech, so you also have to have OBC. I think the beauty of evaluation is it is half prepared speech and half impromptu speech. So you don't need to be too nervous because you already read the manual, right? And you also have the evaluation template on hand. So this is how you allocate your time in terms of OBC. For the first 30 seconds, it's your opening. Try to find a connection between you and the speech. I remember years ago, Harrison delivered a speech about 保生大帝. Very challenging to evaluate. And Justin Justice was his evaluator. It was so impressive about Justice opening. He related to his history class, saying that Harrison was his professor. I think this is a brilliant opening. And after the opening, we are moving on to the body. This is the main body that most adopted evaluating method is KKK. Kiss, kiss, and kick. For the kisses, you just need to address and brief the good areas that the speakers did well. And for the kicks, because you only have 3 minutes, so you need to select the top 2 or 3 important areas for the evaluators. Just like Yun said that it is common to get nervous on stage, forgot about what to say. I remember Harry gave a constructive evaluation to prevent from going blank on stage. He teaches us to use our body parts, head, body, legs, as the speech, opening, body, and conclusion. So it is easier to remember our speech. So it is very important to give the speaker constructive suggestions, just like Harry did. So when we see the yellow flag, it means we only have 30 seconds to finish the last kick. A few reminders to prevent from having a harsh evaluation. Evaluate the speech, not the person. Evaluate the areas that the person has the power to improve. Lastly, in my opinion, Victor suggests me, because evaluators' opinion doesn't represent the whole group opinion. When we see the red flag, it means it's a time to conclude. Tonight, we have 5 speakers: Veronica, Yun, myself, Victor, and Harry Fang. We should all feel motivated and eager to do our next speech tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you can do it tomorrow.
How evaluators finish the evaluation is very important. So for the last 30 seconds, summarize what you just mentioned and conclude a positive note so we have confidence to do next speech. Finally, the last step, after the evaluation, return the manual back to your speaker with your written evaluation and check whether he or she has any questions. Guess what? Evaluators also mean evaluators. I cannot recall since when, but I always find myself an evaluators every time I was doing an evaluator job. Because I want to know whether my evaluation is appropriate or effective. So I will check with senior members or my sisters like Janice, Emily, or Victor.
Come on.
Now we know.
Yes, we are our sisters. So, Gia, could you read this for me from the quote from our founder, Dr. Ralph Smiley?
Learning to make a speech is important, but almost equally so is learning to listen critically, analytically, and then to give the speaker the benefit.
Thank you. Giving speeches is very important for personal growth, and evaluation is equally important to help others in the club. After my speech tonight, now you know the definition of the evaluate to motivate. You know the benefits and who get benefits. Lastly, follow those 4 steps. Before the speech, during the speech, during the evaluation, and after the evaluation. And you will be a good evaluators to help other junior members and legacy to be more successful.